everyone, it's Anthony Allen Ramos. All right, so Mathis Family Matters on E! follows Judge Mathis and his family as they navigate life after coming back to Los Angeles and lots of other life adventures. On the series, we're also going to meet Greg's son, Greg Jr., and his boyfriend, Elliott Cooper. And they are, going to take their relationship to the next level. We're going to see what happens with those two. And I'm so excited to be chatting with the two of them right now. How are you?
Good. How are you doing, Anthony?
Doing good.
So good to see you. So the show is here. The world is about to get to know all parts of you. How are we feeling? Are we excited, nervous? What's the vibe?
I'm definitely nervous. But you just have to get ready, buckle up, and take the wild ride, I think.
Yeah, nervous is the same here. I think I don't have any more nails to bite.
My dad has been on TV for 25 years, so he keeps us saying, just don't even worry about it. The biggest thing you need is just confidence. Just be yourself. And I'm like, it's not that easy all the time, but.
No, and that's what it is. Be yourself for sure. I think, when I read that the show was happening, I was like, this is such an important moment. I think we don't have enough LGBTQ Black couples that are visible on television. And I'm so excited that the world is going to get to know the two of you. What does it mean for you to kind of just be a part of showing, this kind of Black queer love story?
I mean, for me, the first part is just thinking about when I was growing up and what I saw on TV. And I didn't see a lot of me. I didn't see, a Black queer couple that was just living life and, doing the things that other couples would do. And so I think that first opportunity just to be able to show that to other people, I know the difference it would have made to me when I was younger. And it's exciting just to think about the possibility that this could really change people's lives that are watching this on television.
Yeah, I think it's key that representation matters.
Yeah.
And like what Greg is saying, like somebody seeing it, not to say they're going to gather everything that may go on during the show, but at least you have that representation of a gay couple and the normal life that they do go through. I think it's key just to make sure people really understand that.
Yeah, and listen, GLAAD is doing so much work, specifically with communities of color in the South and beyond. And I know that through the work that we've done, we just know that there is still so many important conversations. There's so many biases, there's stereotypes that exist specifically within Black communities for gay couples, LGBTQ couples. What I think there's such an opportunity for maybe people out there to be like, you know what, that's not what I thought a gay couple looked like, or that's not what, Greg, I would love to hear you kind of talk about that, because I do think that, it's like culture changing things happening here.
No, you're completely right. I mean, there's so many stereotypes that I think we deal with the gay community. And I mean, it's exciting to think about the opportunity to break those and show show people something they haven't seen before. Like I said, I can't think of any gay Black couple that I've seen on a reality TV show that's really going to show what Elliott and I have going on. And so I think that opportunity is special. Sorry about that.
That's LA for you.
Racing. But no, I think you're completely right. And I mean, Elliott, you might even have a different perspective growing up,
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in the South. So I dealt with a lot of biases as well as stigmas that made me not really come out, not want to even express myself in a natural sense. And it had me doubt, my self-esteem and just look for validation in other places. And I'm hoping this show can kind of provide that validation.
Because I think to add on to that, even when I was coming out or, figuring out what I wanted to do in terms of my sexuality and how how public I wanted to be, it was that fear of I don't really fit in with this community. And this is all I've seen of that stereotypical viewpoint of what a gay man is supposed to be. And I don't really fit here. And so really showing a different type of gay man that maybe folks haven't seen before is really a big deal.
It is a big deal. And I think, you brought it up, we're going to see this season, the two of you, have been out with family members, obviously, and your immediate circle of friends. But I think what comes up this season is we're going to want to see if you want to expand that and be a little more public and out publicly with the relationship. How did you both, navigate that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we navigating?
Right.
Ongoing process, yeah.
I mean, I'll say this, like doing a reality TV show to begin with is very, it's a vulnerable experience.
Yeah.
You're really putting yourself out there for the world to see, judge, and critique. And there definitely is an added layer on top of that. I mean, when Elliott and I agreed to do this, we knew that at some point the entire world was going to see our lives and see who we were. And so it did make sense for us through the filming process to, while we were shooting the show, to go ahead and take that step of coming out to the world. And it was tough, and you'll see it on the episode that we shot. I don't want to give away too much of what actually happens in that episode.
Right.
Except that you'll be there with us, thankfully.
I might come in and help you all a little bit, so a little tease there. For context, you've been together a long time, but the world is going to get to know you all. How long have you guys been together?
6 years now.
Mm-hmm.
6 years. I mean, that's so impressive. That saying in gay years, that's like whatever, 40 something, I guess. But I think, let's have a little fun. I know the two of you have a lot of things in common. You have things with a lot of different. So which one of you is the better cook?
Whatever. Every single spice in the cabinet, his food, and thinks he did something.
He eats it though.
I cook what you would call hot cuisine, I'll say.
I like that. Do you remember what first thing either one of you made for the other one?
I do, for sure.
What is that?
He never stops talking about this.
So he invited me over for dinner, and
this is our first date.
This is our first date. And I'm thinking like, oh, it's just going to be a normal dinner, maybe spaghetti, I don't know. And he has burrata and tomatoes was my first course. And I remember looking at him and I said, what did I say? I was like, what is this? Who eats this? And he said, don't worry, I have salmon coming out later with, like a spinach salad or some type of salad. All I know is I was like, okay, wow.
If I knew,
step my game up on this cooking thing.
If I knew then what I know now, I probably would have just made him a crab boil or something.
I would have been hooked in again.
I love that. Which one of you takes longer to get ready?
Him again.
You're getting all of that.
Definitely you. I cannot tell you the amount of times I just walk out the front door and get in the car and just sit there because I'm like, the longer I stay here, the longer he's just gonna keep running around in circles, trying on different shirts. I'm just like, we gotta go. So 90% of the time we're going someplace, I end up just walking out the front door and waiting for him to follow behind me.
Anthony, I'm 6'5", 240 pounds. It takes a lot of time to cover all this up. Like, I'm sorry.
I love it. Hey, you know what? I get it. I completely get it. Which one of you is the more social, outgoing person? I think I knew that answer.
Right.
I mean, it is me, but Elliott likes to go out a lot too. There'll be a lot of times where I'm like, can we just stay home, watch a movie or something? He's like, no, let's go out. So like, he has his moments, but I'll probably still win a little bit, I think.
All-time favorite movie, both of you?
I know yours. Now I'm trying to think what mine is. Yours is Life. Yours is Life.
I do love Life.
So what's mine?
All time?
Yeah.
It's
hard for me to choose like one thing to say favorite.
I'm thinking soul food.
Yeah, soul food. That's it. Yep.
It kind of scared me, Anthony, because he's like his favorite scene was when Vanessa Williams was running out of the kitchen with the knife. I don't know.
We're like, I don't know about this, but no, it's
I think the only better movie scene than that where a woman is just fed up is, who was that? Whitney Houston and The Bodyguard, right?
Angela Bassett.
Angela Bassett.
Yeah. Angela Bassett.
Parked that car and just like walked off. That was
so good. But I think, thinking about all these films, and I think people are gonna see your story, and just like you said, it's not something we've seen a lot of in reality TV. I think, for context, when you came out and told your parents and your family, how did that go? Was it something that they were super supportive right away, or did you kind of have to let it breathe a minute? How did that go for you?
So our stories were slightly different. I know with me, I always tease my younger brother because, he didn't understand, but it's not acceptable to do this. But he technically outed me to my family.
Yes, that's not.
I was in undergrad at Michigan at the time. It's my freshman year, actually. And I was dating a guy, trying to be secretive about it. And one of my buddies found out and I guess reported back to my brother. So he calls me and tells me this. And at first I denied it. Then I called him back and told him, but I was like, but don't tell anybody. Like, I want to tell them myself. I'll do it on my own terms. He goes, okay, I promise I won't say anything. Hang up the phone. My dad calls me literally maybe 3 or 4 minutes later, sobbing and like telling me how much he loves me.
Oh.
Like, so my entire family had the same reaction. They were more so just upset that they were upset for me, and just my emotional state that I had to keep that type of a secret for so long. And they were so supportive. And that was what the most of their disappointment and just, them crying was. But they definitely kind of rallied around me and have been so supportive.
And that's important for people to see too. Like, it's important for people to see a Black family supporting their, gay son, son or brother or whatever. I think that's just as important too.
And I think so, because at the end of the day, like all of us are, we are all very religious, we're Christians and we go to church regularly and take our faith very seriously. And I think oftentimes in the Black community, there's this belief that you can't do both, that you can't be a faithful Christian and also be a homosexual. And within our family, that's never the way we believe. We believe the Bible is interpretable, that, you shouldn't use religion as a way to, quite frankly, push hate onto people. And that's not the purpose of the church. And so I think within our family, that's something we care a lot about, is really trying to shift that narrative of, and what that means for the Black community.
Absolutely. Elliott, do you want to add anything onto that?
It's very true. Mine was a little different, just as far as them coming out. But I think the gist of it is, by being around his family, which I'm hoping the show can provide too, that I was able to let down some of those guards, and I was able to come out to my father and kind of let him know like what I've been struggling with and what I'm feeling. And I appreciated him where he was just like, hey, son, I accept you as who you are. Give me time to really understand this, because he's not going to just jump into anything as well. And that made me feel relieved so much anxiety for me, just to hear him say like, you know what, I'll go with you step by step to learn it myself as well. So that was key.
Mm-hmm.
That is key. I love that. Have we thought about, what do we think of the whole reality show experience? First season's about almost here, but there could be another one. Did you like having the cameras? It's an adjustment, right?
It's a big adjustment. Well, you said what?
You liked it.
It's a big adjustment. Like I do appreciate the opportunity to, obviously our family's not perfect, nowhere near perfect, but I enjoyed the opportunity to really just be ourselves and show people a healthy, Black family on television with a gay son, with a number of other things that we go through on a day-to-day basis, and how to work through some of those things in a healthy-ish, mostly healthy way. And, I don't think you see a lot of that on TV either. I think, the idea that you could do a show that isn't necessarily completely rooted in conflict and, arguments, it was a really special opportunity. And so I hope that viewers are able to take something away from that as well.
So what you're saying is there's no Real Housewives wine glass throwing or anything like that?
Close. I think there was a wine glass that broke in the trailer, but it wasn't thrown. It wasn't
thrown.
Well, listen, I am so excited for the two of you, and I'm so excited for the rest of the world. Just a reminder, everyone, that you can catch these two guys and the rest of the fam on Mathis Family Matters at 10 o'clock Sunday nights on E!